We'd like to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land on which this project is created, the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation. We would also like to pay our respects to elders past, present, and emerging.
Settle down and gather round for another tale. In the world of Nua, where time has carved and cultivated a magical utopia of wonder, a small group of adventurers unlock the deep mysteries of the land, its people, and themselves. Welcome to the Down Under Dungeon podcast.
Susanna, I've been crawling through a sewer for hours on end, and the days are all beginning to mold into one at this point, but a lot has happened since we last spoke, my dear. I've been following Qwig's copied maps, looking for something that might give us the upper hand in this keep, and it feels more pointless than anything, but the team's youthful fervor is not to be diminished, and I will do my part in locating this cart driver and following in their wishes. I managed to sneak up through privy holes and latrines all over the keep in the dead of night, snagging uniforms that might be useful, and instilling the fear of a ghost on an unsuspecting kobold chef while pillaging his larder. Here, unlike the commons, we're having to scrape by with what we have and can steal. Feels a bit too much like my early days, for my liking. I've managed to get my way back down to the well now. I haven't heard anything from Qwig. Really should know not to split up this much at this point in my life, but we don't choose our circumstances. Fortunately, that little box that Lysandra almost died for is chock full of europium. Turns out it might fetch us a nice price in the city, or an unnecessary target. Still, the hours continue to droll on and nothing from Qwig. We've figured we might as well try and get out of here while we still can. My old lady bones aren't that good for climbing, so Feng, the sweet thing, has hoisted me up the well with him. All seems to be going okay, even if we don't have much of a plan. Lysandra is up at the edge now, helping pull us out, and surely our bad luck has run out. Right? Right? Oh. Well, if I get out alive, I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, lifted off on a bit of a nail biter last week, guys.
I hate you.
It was so much of a shit show.
Yeah, literally. Shit show.
Crawling through that shit.
Oh, God.
Out of the drop toilet.
Well, look, I'm just here to facilitate your decisions. You know,
Sure.
you are the product of your own misery.
For me, I am so scared for Qwig.
Oh, yeah.
Qwig,
You made a decision, and I think it was a bad one.
just wanted to investigate. He found out so much useful information that you guys will never know.
That you'll never
dead.
Shoved in a bag in an office of people that we don't know.
We'll see. Don't speak too soon.
We will see.
I've got that detect magic going. I'm not stopping till I find you.
Is it concentration?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
No, I don't think so. Is it?
Detect magic.
Yeah,
Depends how you cast
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so the last we left off, we had split the party, and we find our party now one member short. As quick thinking from Feng, you guys have moved up the well through the grate, Feng having Misty Step there, and has helped Lysandra move the well, in through the well. But Louis is still dangling about 15 feet into the well.
Help!
At the same time, with Feng's Detect Magic, you have come into the arena, or this kind of central coliseum space inside of this monolith keep, and disturbed the feeding frenzy of a great beast. Okay, gang, so what we're going to do is roll initiative to try and sort this mess out.
Oh.
All right, what did everyone get?
I got a 19.
Nice.
7.
Oh, 6.
2.
Oh no.
We rolled so well.
I'm having a great time.
Oh my goodness. Now, just to clarify, did you tie the rope off on the well, or are you holding the rope?
No, I said I tied it off.
Okay, sweet. All right, so you have your hands free. So
You just drop me.
yeah, just drop you.
Yeah, because I specifically remember saying that Feng didn't even look around to see if there was anything around him. He just tied off the rope to try and help Lysandra and Louis up.
Sweet. So we will go by initiative order, and we will start with our friend Qwig.
Oh.
Okay.
If you say so.
I was going to say where am I, but how am I?
You have just uttered to these Bloodraven Inquisitors that you arrived here through the tunnel. They've rifled through things and are able to ascertain a certain amount of things from you, especially from your wand. The rest of you don't really have many like actual trinkets or possessions apart from your traveling gear. And you do see that they have kind of discarded the map aside. Having no eyes, it is hard for them to discern it being anything other than a loose piece of parchment. All of your stuff is strewn on the floor, and you see one of the ravens returns back from being dismissed by the initial Inquisitor, whispers something into their ear, and they both turn to look at you, and they move to try and drag you out of the room. You see one of the ravens is still holding your wand, and as they start to drag you out of the room, you see that the map is lying there on the floor. I'm going to say at this point in time, you have the opportunity to actually grab one of these two objects.
So the map or
Your wand.
my wand? I'm going for the wand.
Okay, how would you go about that as they're dragging you out? Obviously they can't see you, but they've got you.
Yeah. I would. So how are my hands bound?
You were tied to the chair, so they've untied you from the chair to kind of lead you out of the room.
Oh, well then I would, as soon as they go to like pull me up, I would trip.
Trip and fall over?
I'd trip, fall forward, grab my wand. Where are my glasses style, you know? You know how it is.
So one of them's holding the wand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he's in his... Yeah, of course.
It's in his hand. That's so tough.
Yeah, do I really have the opportunity to grab this wand? No, I don't think...
Is there anything you could do to necessitate him needing both hands?
I could... in a way where I don't get... I think maybe falling to the floor might be the best bet.
Mm-hmm.
If I can basically faint or whatever.
Okay.
Be carried.
Give me a deception check then.
As soon as they go to grab me, I just go limp.
Give me a deception check.
I'll give it a try. Limited options here. That's an 11.
11?
Playing it like an absolute brat, just like carry me right now.
I channel out whenever
They did.
Oh no.
They did not roll high. You see, you just go limp, and you watch them as you collapse in the floor between them. They immediately make their hands free in order to like get you off the ground, and you see the Red Raven on the right places your wand in the lapel of their robe as they go to pull you up.
Can I try and sleight of hand? Can I try and real carefully slip it into my hand?
You can give me a sleight of hand.
This deserves to work.
This is a
so
high.
funny.
This is not going to be.
It's a high DC. I don't have proficiency in sleight of hand.
Oh, dude.
That's a 9.
A 9.
Yeah.
As you go to pull the wand,
Oh,
they're
just reach up for that.
they're definitely surprised.
Yep.
You could at the good thing is that the raven that was going to pick you up, in order feeling you go for the lapel, you will then have to take hands off you to go for the lapel. So you do see as you halfway pull the wand out, he does clap his hand to it. But they kind of have released you from the ground now that you've kind of like restored yourself in your musculature and have tried to do something.
Okay, in that moment, I wanna really grab it. Does that take, if I was in combat, would that take my action?
So it's an object interaction.
Yeah, okay. Then I would cast Cause Fear.
Ooh.
The moment I have my hand on my wand, I would cast Cause Fear.
Can you read Cause Fear to us?
Alright, so you awaken a sense of mortality in one creature you see within range, so I'd only be able to do it on one. I'd do it on the one that is holding me has the wand. It says a construct or undead is immune. Target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or become frightened until the spell ends, and they can repeat it at the end of each of their turns. So it's just giving them the frightened condition.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it a visual component of the spell?
No, it's just one creature I can see within range.
Sick. What constitution?
And it's
what
verbal, so I don't even need my hands.
Wonderful. What save was it again?
Wisdom.
Wisdom saving throw. That is a natural 1.
Okay, so just it's kind of I'm calling upon like sounds like ominous, fey magics that I've heard, and I'm trying to like instantly like replicate. I realize they can't see, so I'm creating like in their mind they hear this sort of screech of sort of like a banshee wail, but it's the moment they touch me and then they hear this sound basically in their mind to frighten the shit out of them.
Yeah, they failed. Do you roll damage? Nope. It's just absolutely frightens them.
Yep.
You see that this raven lets go of you, lets go of the lapel, thinks of anything else other than to getting away from whatever it is that's making it feel this way. You have the wand in front of you. You have the wand while this raven's backing against the wall, kind of like flailing their arms out, trying to find the source of this despair. The other raven, though, you're going to have to make a opposed athletics check to try and like get out of there.
Yeah.
So I'm going to need an athletics check from you.
Can I do acrobatics?
Yeah, you're a little fairy. I'm going to say you can do acrobatics.
Thank you. It's a little better. That is where's my acrobatics? That is a 16.
That succeeds. You are able to get out.
He goes to grab me. I tuck and roll and flitter my wings a little bit to stand back up.
Great, and you just book it out of there.
Book it.
He lives.
Okay.
I would go towards the way I came, down the stairs, and I know I wouldn't get there in this round, but my idea is I'm throwing myself down the stairs and then floating, so I'm not taking fall damage. But like it would be faster than running down the stairs, right?
Would it? Does feather fall half your movement?
No.
Oh, you fall at 60 feet around, so you'd still end up on the ground at the end of a turn, but you just keep jumping. It would be faster than going step down the...
True. Okay. You use your movement to get out of the room.
Yeah.
Okay. That is back to the arena. Again, we see Feng and Lysandra around the rim of this well. The shouts below of Louis clinging to the rope.
Hey, what's going on?
The chittering and grinding of metal on metal suddenly is replaced by a small silence followed by a huge thud as this brass dragon wormling coils itself in the sand between you and the iron doors. It is, so the arena is 30 foot in diameter, if that makes sense. So if you're in the center, it's 15 foot out.
Okay.
And the well is in the center?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic.
So does that mean the wormling is 15 feet from us?
Yes.
Okay.
You see the brass dragon wormling is going to skitter forward. It's like, it's not... The brass dragons here in the Badlands are kind of take on more of a reptilian lizard type form than a true dragon, and the way it moves through the sand, it's very erratic as like the limbs like thrash through the sand and claw its ways as it kind of like shoots towards you in one motion. It is going to let out its breath weapon. I'm going to need Louis is down the well, so she does not have line of sight on her.
The only benefit to being weak as fuck.
I'm going to need a constitution saving throw from Feng and Lysandra as this dragon wormling lets out this massive roar.
We thought Qwig might need help, but it might be us.
Oh my goodness.
6.
19.
You see, Lysandra, this like, almost like smoke unfurling from this giant like incense, this like copper incense holder. These like fumes like dart across the ground and like seep up through the pant legs and like latch onto your bodies. And you see you are able to shake off this mist and vapor, but Feng falls unconscious asleep.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Sorry, so that means your detect magic is gone. So that is the sleep breath effect on this dragon wormling.
Oh,
Shit.
That is its movement and its action, though, so that is its turn. We now go to Lysandra. You're next in the initiative, followed by Feng.
I don't want to make this thing angrier. I'm gonna do something stupid. I'm going to throw it a ration to see if it calms it down at all.
Okay.
Before I attack it. If I can do that as just throwing it a ration.
Yeah. So you'd reach into your pack and pull out a ration and throw it?
Yeah, I've got 2 left.
Okay. You throw the ration pack. I guess make a ranged weapon attack if you're throwing it at the dragon.
I don't want it to hit the dragon. I want to throw it in front of the dragon. So it's like a friendly gesture.
Just give me an athletics check.
Okay, I can do that. That's a 9.
9. Yeah, you definitely like almost like a shot putter in training, like very limply, like put this. Is that the adjective? You put this. You put this ration pack probably like 5 feet in front of the dragon. I'm gonna need a persuasion check or an animal handling check. And as you look at the half-eaten black scorpion behind it, that will be with disadvantage.
Not too hungry.
I'm just trying to be friendly. I'm going to do a animal handling check. That's a 5.
Oh, babe.
Ruh-roh.
The good thing is, even if you were worried with Feng falling unconscious, the dragon turns its full attention towards you.
This is before I attack it. I don't want to attack it straight away. I want to make that very clear.
To you and the 0 witnesses around you.
Yeah. Honestly.
And your gods.
I feel like Louis is sort of looking up, seeing this like smoke and just hearing a like thud, and then just seeing Lysandra like timidly pulling out this ration and like hiffing it.
I watched you throw the ration over the well. That's all I see. It just goes.
You see like a cloud of smoke, a thud, and then a ration being thrown.
And I'm like, what is happening?
You heard the roar.
I heard the roar.
So not good things.
Not good things. Not good things are happening.
Okay, Feng, that is your turn. You are unconscious.
What can I do?
Well, the effect only ends if you take damage or someone uses an action to wake you.
Okay.
So you are fully asleep. I'd like you to give me a nature check.
Oh. That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
I rolled a 19.
Hell yeah.
Sweet. Okay, now give me a charisma saving throw with advantage.
Okay. That's a 16.
You have these dreams. Flashes of different colours, of all the different colours of the rainbow, like shoots or jets of light, and then all of a sudden you are before a burnt, blackened landscape. As far as the eye can see, there's no trees left, no shrubs, no living animals of any kind, just like the smell of like burning, the crackling of like debris. And then all you hear is a faint cry of a phoenix. And that's your turn. Louis, you are halfway down a well.
I've heard a roar. I've seen a ration fly over. Just like, what in the fuck is happening? So yeah, I guess I'll try and like hold myself up the rest of the way.
Great. You'll need to double your your movement if you make a successful athletics check.
Please. That's a 13.
13. You are able to use your entire movement laboriously. So much. You've gotten your steps up the last
Oh my
few days.
god.
Oh yeah.
And not even my steps, just like full body crawling.
Your GP's going to be so proud of you.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
They're going to be taking you off those like blood pressure medications soon.
No
It's
more
gonna be
blood
great.
no more blood thinners for me. I'm not going to bleed out when I get cut anymore.
Way too much cardio.
It's like one of those buff old ladies that's just like all lean.
Wiry,
Which
wiry
is funny
grandma.
because she does have quite a bit to her, Louis.
Yeah, and you are able to haul yourself up to the lip of the well. It's getting to the morning now. The sun has definitely cracked the horizon, so the light is visible here, and you see the scene that we have just described.
I lock eyes with you. I'm like, what is happening?
Lysandra's actually in front of you with the dragon in front of her, and she's got her eyes on the dragon. So
Okay.
you pop up behind her.
Yeah, it's like, what is going on?
Feng is unconscious, I think, and
God.
I don't want to be eaten alive by a dragon, so I'm trying to feed it.
Yep, no, you're doing really well. I tuck a hard candy into like part of your armor. Is it an action to wake him?
It is an action to wake him.
Okay. I'm just going to look at this creature, and I'm gonna cast Dissonant Whispers on it, and just like throw out a kind of like whip the flute off my back, and just be like, as I send out like this discordant sort of melody towards it.
Great. What save does it make?
Wisdom save. The same style I did last week. Was it last week?
I think it was last week.
Yeah.
It's a dirty 20 on the save.
Damn it. Okay, on a successful save, the target still takes half as much damage. So it still takes damage, which is 3d6, but it's going to be halved. So it's 13 damage. Halved, so 6.
The bardic magic of Louis is really almost like it's almost like an alchemical internal will to make things happen, and therefore like the environment, the body just works towards her will in order to create this thing happen. And you see like the dragon wormling starts to snarl and like claw at its snout as the spell is it still like the spell takes effect but not at its full.
Yeah. I think it literally just sounds like as it goes past your ear, the little melody that comes out is just kind of like a flute vocalization of what the fuck is that thing?
Like a dog whistle but for dragons.
Yeah.
Okay, that is Louis' turn. Back up at the initiative order, we have Qwig. Qwig, as you run out of this study, a floor like above you, but just above you, the roof and the walls begin to tremble and shake as you hear a mighty roar.
Ooh, above me. That can't be good. And then I have that moment of I'm about to go, and then I'm like, that has to have been these guys. So I turn and I go towards up.
Okay, right.
Towards up.
I go towards up.
Are you moving stealthily?
No, I'm still legging it. I know with the one that I've caused fear on, it can't follow me.
Okay.
So if anything, one is going to follow me. I'm going to dash this round.
Okay, sweet. No worries. I just need to roll for some people. With a nat 20 perception check. Come look at my dice if you want to. You make the full 60 feet up the stairs, getting closer and closer to the arena. But as you round the corner, it appears that the noise has also attracted lots of people from this place.
Gotcha.
And you run head first into the shins of a huge, muscular man. His biceps are like rippling through boiled leather. He's got like a massive shaved head and a huge walrus mustache. And from your reconnaissance, this can only be the bear.
The bear.
Oh, shit.
Oh no.
Are we all ready to roll new characters? None of us are getting out of this.
That is the dragon wormling's turn.
Damn it.
Okay. It is going to roll to see if it gets its breath weapon back.
No.
That's a 4. It doesn't get its breath weapon back. But it is going to still charge right at Lysandra. It's the offering of peace of the ration pack surprisingly did not dissuade it from its path of violence.
Okay. Fine then, if it chooses violence.
It's going to bite. That's going to hit. That's a 23.
Yikes.
You take 5 piercing damage as it kind of like latches onto your leg and starts to do that thing that lizards do where they like thrash around.
Thank you.
Okay, it's kind of latched onto you, so it's not going to move.
And that can come out of my temporary hit points, correct?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
That is, Lysandra, it is your turn now.
I'm going to hit straight back. I'm going to swing my sword at it. If it chooses violence, it gets violence. I tried being nice. No, that's an 11 to hit.
Ooh, that does not hit. Anything else for you?
That was my action. I'm going to... I don't want to disengage. It's going to bite me again. So, no, I'm going to stand there and just get ready to be bitten again.
Are you standing in the way of Feng and... Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You're standing in the way of Feng and Louis.
I'm standing right in front of it. I'm not moving.
Okay. That is Feng. That is your turn.
Still asleep.
Give me another charisma saving throw then.
15.
15. I'm going to say you have agency in the dream with that successful charisma save. What about the dream would you like to push more towards?
So the last time I remember seeing a rainbow-like colour was during the funeral rite for Gurug, when I summoned Promi to help with that. So I would like to try and summon Promi.
In your dream?
In my dream.
Give me...
I heard the cry of a phoenix.
Yep. give me a animal handling check with advantage.
14.
I am going to say you summon Promi into this dream. You see, maybe to your horror, but a similar flash of rainbow light erupts in your cupped hands as Promi appears, this kind of like flightless little tiny thing in both of your hands.
And I'd probably just look down to him and say, "Hey, bud, I just got a call that maybe I should summon you and see if everything was okay."
You see the tiny phoenix kind of like blinkingly looks around at the surroundings and then lets out its own smaller, like tiny little like peep of a phoenix cry. And then you feel yourself crying.
Oh.
And as you go to like touch your fingers to dab away the tears, you look down at it and see that it's blood.
Okay.
And that is Louis' turn.
Oh my god.
Okay.
You just popped up. Like Feng is full on like, you know, like when a dog has like night terrors and
yeah, it's like-
in its sleep.
Yeah.
Very much that vibe.
Yeah. I need everyone to listening to know that I literally just attempted to replicate what a dog looks like when it's sleeping.
Yeah.
Okay, so has this thing moved within like closer range to us?
No, it is still probably about 10 feet away from you.
I have no spell slots.
Feng is also there right in front of you.
Yeah.
And Lysandra's in front of that.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna reach over and just like try to elbow Feng awake and be like, oi! Come on, kiddo. Get up.
Just for prosperity's sake, make an unarmed strike.
Okay.
And you're gonna crit.
I'm gonna break his fucking shoulder. I'm not. It's what is that? It's unarmed strike. It's only a 10 to hit.
That's fine. You're not hitting to do damage, like
Yeah.
copious amounts of damage. Okay, I'll roll a d4. You see, you go down to elbow Feng, but it's almost like, what? Are you okay? Wake up. Like, you're not sure whether this is a byproduct of the dragon's breath, or maybe, like, Feng just really needed to have a nap.
Yeah.
But
Very possible.
when you nudge Feng and his eyes open, you see his eyes are pure flame. And as he wakes up, he kind of like coughs a bit and coughs out Prometheus, who's already summoned.
Kiddo, the fuck?
I had a really nice dream, but it was also really sad. And I was crying blood.
That's so concerning. We're absolutely going to talk about that after whatever the hell this is.
I have a lot to unpack.
I'd love to help. Okay. And then do I
I'm
have?
glad you're awake.
Thanks for waking me.
You're welcome.
Okay, that is the end of the order. Moving back to the top of the order, you, Feng, you have just come to in the arena. You see everything that's transpired. You see Lysandra like beating away the dragon wormling as it's like gnawing on her leg. You see Louis is just like full on elbowed you in the temple. So now you're like discombobulated and have a headache. You're terrified from the dragon wormling appearing out of nowhere, then immediately falling conscious. I need you to make a perception check for me.
19.
At the corner of your eye and above the black gate, you see that there is a balcony. And upon the balcony, you see the largest man you have ever seen. Huge, broad shoulders, rippling biceps, and in one of his hands, holding up from the scruff of his neck, you see Qwig. apparently from what Jeremy's doing, like giving the smolder, like biting his lip. What's that called when the kids do it and they like make you like jaw?
Mewing.
Yeah.
You know, all the kids are doing it these days. The kids are mewing themselves.
All those Gen Alphas.
I'm showing my age because what the fuck is Mew?
You haven't spent enough time on
basically-
4chan.
No, we don't.
No, we're not
have
going
time.
to it. Okay. We've got a dragon to fight.
You see at the top of the round, this enormous man takes Qwig and
What's he gonna do?
tosses him in front of the arena. You're still conscious, so you almost like when a bird like half breaks its wing.
Or you can see like I float down.
Yeah.
So he's throwing it, and my wings, like I'm trying to fly, but I cannot lift my own weight. So,
you see, like, he is pale white, the ghost for what a fairy, like, the blood's drained from his face, some of his wings are bent, he's got a cut under his eye, a bruise in the other, and as Qwig kind of, like, thumps into the sand at the bottom of the arena, you see he finishes applauding and kind of turns to you all and says, well, if you're going to get an old man up this early in the morning, you better give him something entertaining to watch. Don't hurt Bethany. And that is, Qwig, your turn as you are thrown into the pit of the arena.
Who's Bethany?
I think it's how far away am I from the dragon?
The dragon is about 10 feet in front of you. You've been basically thrown at the base of the iron gate.
Great. I just say, I hope this works, and I lift my wand and I cast color spray at the dragon.
Okay. Can you read the color spray?
So that is, I have to roll 60-10 dice, which is for a hit point total. If I can beat its hit point total, it's anything within 15-foot cone, but creatures of that hit point total or less will be blinded.
So it's like the sleep spell.
It's like sleep, yeah.
Okay.
So does that affect me being right behind?
If I can move, I would position myself in a way where I wouldn't get you in that cone, even if I had to get close to the dragon to do it. Oh, you're being bitten by the dragon?
Yeah, she's in the mouth of the dragon.
Yeah, in its space pretty much.
Could I go, because its mouth is occupied, it's not gonna bite me. Could I get right in the dragon's face and just point blank in its eyes?
Okay, I'm gonna say the wall is about 20 feet up. If you probably would have used your movement to like feather fall down rather than take damage. So if you take the fall damage, I'll let you move, position yourself better to cast at the dragon. Otherwise, you'll just charge, and then is it whoever's got the least amount of hit points goes first?
Yes.
Okay, sweet.
Lowest current HP. Yeah.
You haven't been hit yet.
No, I've been hit.
Oh, you have been.
But it took my 10 hit points.
Right. So it'll target who has the least amount of hit points first.
Yes.
It's up to you. Take the fall damage or risk hurting Lysandra.
If you do this, we're going to have a long conversation next time.
That is true. You know what, fuck it. I'm going to, because I'm pretty sure this will work. It's a different spell. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't in its description. I'm going to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter on the dragon.
Yes.
Because the spell, it just says a creature of your choice. It doesn't specify anything to do with language or intelligence. It just says a creature of your choice.
It does have intelligence.
What? Oh, oh, you're so right. I didn't.
I was gonna say
an intelligence score of 4 or less, and I'm going to I'm going to cast it not knowing what the creature's intelligence is.
So if it has an intelligence of 4 or higher, it understands.
Yeah, it will be vulnerable to the spell. So I see it's holding Lysandra in its mouth, and I want Lysandra to be released. I go and cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter to try and really tap into the beast's mind and see if it is capable of finding something funny.
Luckily...
And I am about to learn something about dragons that I had no idea about before, if this would work.
Okay, well, luckily for you, the dragon does have an intelligence better than 4. What is the save?
Can it make a wisdom save?
Okay, not very wise, not very intelligent. 13.
That fails.
Oh my god.
Oh, yes!
Okay, it is incapacitated and prone.
Yes! Oh my god.
How long?
Concentration up to 1 minute.
This can't be burned than this. What level spell is this?
This is a level 1 spell, man.
You just incapacitated a dragon?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Alright. So the dragon is there. Okay. So you have... That is your turn. That is the dragon's turn. It can't do anything.
It is incapacitated, which means...
Creature can't take actions, bonus actions, or reactions.
Yes, and also, sorry, with the spell, at the end of each of its turns, it can remake its wisdom save.
Okay.
And if it's been damaged.
Yes.
So, but if it's damaged, sorry, there's a lot of caveats, but if it's been damaged, it has advantage on that save. So if anyone hits it will have advantage on the save to break the lock.
So it remakes it at the end of its turn, every round, but otherwise it makes it every time it gets hit, and it has advantage.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So it can't do anything. It can't get its breath weapon back, which sucks. So
Damn.
it is just going to remake its
Does it
wisdom
suck?
save. That's a nat 20. You see the dragon shakes off Qwig's spell and rumbles back to life, but you took it out of for a
Imagine
round.
if it's incapacitated, did it at least drop Lysandra?
Yeah.
And is it on the ground? It's not standing up, so it's prone still at the end of its turn?
Yes, it would still be prone.
Yep.
So that means that
It is your turn.
it is my turn, and I'm going to attack it with advantage because it's prone.
Yep.
Thank goodness. That is a 21 to attack.
To hit, that does hit.
That's really sad. That's 5 points of slashing damage.
Okay. That's it?
Yeah, that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to try and keep its attention on me.
Okay, sweet. Feng, you have regained consciousness. Promi is kind of like fluttering around your shoulder.
Must protect my new friends. And Feng would run up to the dragon and start spinning his sun staff and use its once a day burning hands. So the dragon wormling has to make a dexterity saving throw. As the middle of this sun staff, all of the sunstones start to generate this like yellow-orange fire. Feng sticks his hand in and then sprays it at the wormling.
Sick.
That's very cool.
You see as Feng extends this like long fan of flame, you see the brass dragon wormling kind of almost sees it coming and then like nuzzles its neck and head into it and relishes in the heat of the flame and takes new damage.
Oh.
So it's immune to fire.
The guys I just faced were blind. So, we've all come up against
As an illusion wizard?
some worthy adversaries for our specific matches.
And that is the only damaging spell your staff has, isn't it?
Yes. All right. Well, I guess I can't really do anything else now, so that's my turn.
Okay, I feel so bad.
No, you don't.
No, I don't. Louis, that is your turn.
Okay. One spell slot left. Is it worth trying to do that? Start of my turn, I'm going to take my flute that's still in my hand from last time and just play that same little discordant melody that's like the dog whistle for dragons, and going to just send it out at the thing again. It's got to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Does a 15 save?
It does. But I still get half damage, so that's something.
Was that Dissonant Whispers again?
Yes, it was Distant Whispers again, sorry. So yeah, 13 points of damage halved to 6.
You see, it's not so much Louis' spell that does the damage, but the impact of her spell as the dragon starts clawing at itself and starts to like dislodge scales from its face, and you start to see like this like copper-hued blood like start to well up from the scales it's scratching off. That is back to the top of the order. You now see up on the balcony. For Qwig, you see that the bear is joined by about 4 of his blood ravens, and you all now see these figures for the first time. Again, moving in unison, very quiet, kept to themselves, but constantly scanning the area for threats. And you see the bear doesn't even notice their entrance, and you start to hear a few hollers and jeers from around the arena as the bandits waking up to this ruckus in the morning have started down for a little pre-breakfast entertainment. Back up to the top of the order, that is Qwig.
All right. Well, I am out of spell slots. I didn't realize because I had 3, and I used Mage Armor, then Cause Fear, and then Tasha's Hideous Laughter just then.
Mm-hmm.
So my only damaging option at the moment, I think the best option for right now is just Mind Sliver on the dragon. So can it make its intelligence save?
It can.
I don't know, can it?
Will it?
That's a fail. That's an 8.
Roll. All right, it takes 5 psychic damage and must subtract 1d4 from its next saving throw it makes before the end of my next turn.
You see this dragon is about fed up of magic piercing its inner psyche. A creature that is so renowned for being just like physically dominant and like intimidating has just been laid low by these spikes of mind magic and performance magic and sound, as well as the Lysandra just constantly like keeping its attention away from the rest of the casters. That's
I'm gonna flitter away as well.
I bet you are. That is the dragon's turn. It is very desperate now. It is clearly outnumbered, and now you see it's kind of lashing out of instinct rather than any kind of calculation here. It's going to roll to see if it gets its breath weapon back. And with a 6 on the dice, it does. You see, almost as if it was like waiting for fire to touch it, as if it hasn't been touched by fire in ages. The wormling turns back to you, Feng, and I'm going to say Feng, Lysandra, and Louis are all in the middle. Qwig was the only one who flitted away, so I'm going to need Lysandra, Feng, and Louis. You're going to have to make a dexterity saving throw as the brass dragon releases its fire breath.
Fire breath. Okay.
Does Promi have to make one as well?
I'm going to say if this brass dragon wormling is immune to fire, so is Promi.
Oh, damage immunity is fire, yes.
Wonderful.
Nice.
So, make your dexterity saving throws.
Not good.
Feng,
13.
A hot 2.
a hot 2. Literally a hot 2.
Exciting.
Fabulous natural 20.
We love.
Share some of that over here, please.
You see Feng and Lysandra, you both pass. Let me just roll this damage.
That's too many dice. Stop it.
Actually was too many dice. I had to put one back. So that's 12 points of damage to Louis, 6 to Lysandra, and to Feng.
It would actually be 3 for Lysandra because she has resistance to fire damage.
Oh, 3 damage to our tiefling friend. But you see Lysandra with her shield like, oh, I'm having a real hero moment here. You see like the outward plating on her shield starts to melt as she like very heroically like tries to like negate the flame away from Feng and Prometheus, not realizing she's directing it straight into the bar of Louis, who is just copping it. So you take that fire damage.
Yeah, ouch.
It doesn't say that you catch fire, which is good.
Thank you.
So I'm going to just let that go. That was the dragon's turn. We now go to Lysandra.
Fantastic. I am going to whack it.
My favorite words.
That is a 25 to hit.
Oh, that's gonna hit.
With a beautiful 7 points of slashing damage. Is it still alive?
It most certainly has perished. How would you like? How would you like to perish this dragon?
I would like to shield up, take it, and then upon deflecting the breath off to, unfortunately, Louis, swing around with my long sword and slash through its neck.
There is an eruption of bronze metallic blood as the redirection of the flame gives Lysandra the opportunity to get in underneath the dragon and find its fleshy underside and rakes her sword across its throat. You see the seam opens and the dragon kind of lets out this awful halfway between a roar and a gurgle as the blood starts to fill back into its throat. And the dragon kind of shudders. I'm going to need a dexterity saving throw from you, Lysandra, as the dragon lurches, so you don't get crushed underneath it. 19. You are able to just scoot out of the way as it crashes into the sand, and the dragon wormling has been defeated.
Nice job.
Hey.
I think when Lysandra does this,
she takes a minute and feels sorrow for this dragon. I mean, it seemed like it was somewhat trapped here. And then up to the people watching that we've now noticed, just yells, "You want a show? We'll give you a show. Fuck off."
The wormling lies dead in the sand. Great streaks of its innards coagulate with the particles, painting a gory motif on the arena floor. This exhibition is accompanied along with the occasional bronze scale, a sprinkling of loose fairy dust and furbog hair, singed, and a solitary wrapped hard candy soaked in dragon's blood. As Lysandra lets out this cry at the end, what is everyone else thinking in this moment?
Feng would probably take a moment to look around at his companions. He didn't really do much that fight. He was asleep for half of it, and then the wormling was immune to fire damage. So he'll probably go into protector mode and just mutter a quick druidic incantation and do healing word on Louis.
Thank you.
At a first level.
What's the healing word?
I imagine it would be something like flame in druidic, or phoenix, or kindle, something. Probably kindle, yeah, in druidic.
Like the book reader.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, it is.
Like Jeff Bezos.
No. Okay, gang, casting for a new cast member. Georgia has been removed.
Alexa has joined the table.
Don't.
No,
Can you imagine?
everyone's going to.
Can you imagine if
Anyone listening?
Alexa.
Okay, that is 5 points of healing to you,
Thank
Louis.
Wonderful. Louis, you've just received this heal. You have had a couple of days being very, very wet and now too dry.
It's just dried on shit caked onto my clothing. Yeah, it's not having a fun time, honestly. I think she's just kind of like, honestly, taking a seat on the side of the well. Is just kind of hearing everything happen around her, sort of in like that, like half tinnitus sort of hearing. Just sort of takes a second and says, "Fuck, Susanna, why'd I ever leave the city?"
You begin to notice more and more bandits avail themselves around the outside of the arena, kind of like whispering, pointing at the dead dragon. Probably not your best performance for a crowd, but definitely not your worst. Qwig
looks around, incredibly overwhelmed, exceedingly terrified. He turns to the others as slowly as possible, just so he's not moving too fast. I think we should get back down the hall.
Yeah.
And you go for it. While everyone else is thinking, he also just runs for it to the hole.
Give me an intelligence saving throw.
Okay. 9.
Even with a 9, you know that you've left the map behind, and there's only one way in and out of this arena. So you could probably try it, but if you want to fight 50 bandits in the sewers...
Yeah, okay, so Qwig goes for it and stops.
Okay.
As he realizes how hopeless it is.
I will say, as you start to move, because Lysandra's already said her piece, so as you start to move towards the well again, because, you're a squishy wizard, and there's a very open space, you see the bear starts to applaud again up from the balcony. And then you see this man kind of like stifle a sniffle, and he kind of rubs his massive mustache, and he kind of opens his arms to you all and says, "Well, Bethany, the love was short, but our time was sweet. Is this a habit of y'all just coming in here and murdering people's pets in the night?"
Not usually.
"And are you all sewer dwellers, or just this little winged freak in the back?"
What, me?
Let's be nice.
You see all the bandits start to agree, like, yeah, obviously, what is that? Is it like a dragonfly? Like,
These guys are these guys are the biggest brown noses you've ever met.
So what, did y'all come out of the sewer? Do we have a rat problem down there?
Well, none of us are rats, so therefore no.
Well, if it smells like a rat and it crawls around in the pipes like a rat...
Listen, we're just very overwhelmed. We got dropped off a caravan in the middle of nowhere. We're just trying to get some kind of semblance of safety. this looked like the best place for it.
Safety? Now, I don't like to pry into other people's intentions, but if it was safety you wanted, you would have carried on that caravan on with the others back to Lal Udrud now, wouldn't you?
They kind of left without us.
They abandoned you, did they?
How does he know we were on that caravan?
It's the guy.
People saw us.
I think Feng would have caught on to that, and he is going to pull out the bloodied paw print insignia and go, I believe you have something that was with us.
You see now all of the bandits around, not the blood ravens, but the bandits all carry the same bloody paw print insignia. The bear doesn't even flinch at it and goes, well, you got yourself a trinket there, isn't that a lovely thing? Would you like to join our ranks, young man? Out of my reporting, you were the most thirsty for blood out of everyone at that camp. I see you could do yourself a lot of good working for a guy like me, someone who appreciates your bloodlust, clearly. And he gestures towards the dead dragon.
I didn't actually hit the dragon. I was asleep for most of that, having nice dreams, rainbows.
Yeah, you must have known that pet was a friend of mine. You must have had an affinity with it.
I don't know if I'd call it your friend if you throw it in to get killed. That's not really what friends do for each other.
No, I didn't throw it in to get killed. I mean, I just have to guard that well there. You know water's more precious than gold, so I figured the scorpion was doing a good job, but the dragon might be doing a better job, so clearly it did, but not as good as you guys. I might as well just keep you down there.
And so it's obviously a dangerous job, and you still threw in your supposed friend to do that job.
Well, you know, like I said, it was a brief friendship. We only had hauled her in a couple of days ago.
So you can't be that sad, so tell us what you're really after.
You see, that does take him aback for a bit. You know, is that you asking what you want? Sorry.
What's he after? What's his deal?
Well, part of me wants you all to die in just the most gruesome, slow manner for finding your way here, getting into my keep, killing Beth, but never waste an opportunity here in the Badlands.
If you were going to do that, you would have done it already.
Exactly. I saw the opportunity before me. So let's have an accord. Y'all seem capable enough to handle yourselves, and I can always do with more favors than Lal Udrud proper. And given my status, I just can't mosey on down the street now, could I? You forget you ever found us, mosey on into town and do what it is you're gonna do. But when the time arises and old bear needs a favor fixing to, y'all will see fit to honor my good graces and letting you walk free today. Otherwise, I'd be happy to introduce you to the twins.
I think that might be our best bet, Feng.
I think we just walked into a trap here. There was very little way of us getting out of here.
I want to make a crazy perception. Is any of these... Sorry, what have you been calling them? Blood ravens, yeah. Blood ravens. Do any of them look like Galvin?
Give me a perception check.
So it's 8.
Even with an 8, there may be more of them, but these are all much taller than a dwarf.
Okay.
If we owe you this favor, can we ask you at least one question?
You speak for the group? Did you speak for the group, little lady?
I'm just asking a question before we make any agreements.
Damn, you guys let this geriatric firecracker in here.
Fuck
you. Be careful with what you're saying.
Okay, I'm the one on top of the arena with all the big scary animals. You are all the ones about to die with an attitude. So you will humble me. And you make an insight check if you want, Lysandra.
I think he's a little right, guys. I think we should.
Just make an insight check for me.
Yeah. Rolling really well with these dice. That's a 19.
With a 19, you've seen people like this in Feldspar before. It is their pride and image among everything. So if you feed, it's like feeding stray cats. You know, that's their downfall. If you buy into flattering these people, it's going to get you further than butting heads because they're good at butting heads. What were you saying, Louis?
Okay.
So what's your question then?
There was a person who was lost off the caravan. Gelvin?
You know of him?
You see he starts to chuckle and he's like, "Don't you worry, Gelvin was rightly punished for letting his shipment become compromised. Those goods would have sold for quadruple their price in Lal Udrud. But no matter, I'm a man of opportunity, and therefore loyalty is always rewarded in the end. So Gelvin's doing much better out there making me money on the road than rotting in some cell or dungeon in here. But yeah.
Fair enough, that's a very smart plan of yours, sticking someone out on the caravans.
You know, it is a very, very good plan. You know, ever since the Jarl's increase in these taxes, it's provided some lucrative opportunities. With the price of goods so high, we just underhanding water and provisions makes us such good profit. Plus, we go in with the merchants when they collect their insurance at the end of their journey for bandits' attacks. So, win or lose, we make money either way.
It's a very smart scheme you've got going.
You see one of the blood ravens like elbows the bear, and he's like, "Oh, right. Anyway, what'll it be?"
Seems like we have no choice but to accept.
That's a man of excellent perception. And you see the vast iron doors begin to open as two bandits either side of the balcony begin to push these heavy, heavy cogs and levers. And the gate opens back to the gatehouse from which you originally perceived in the monolith. Then, two burly guards with forearms wrapped in thick cotton strain on massive chained leashes as they usher two Badland lions to the entry of the arena to usher you outwards.
Mr. the Bear, could I perhaps ask to have my bag back? It was left in that office upstairs. Downstairs, now that I'm remembering.
Give me a persuasion check.
It would very much be of help if
Can I?
doing your favor in the future if I'm better equipped. I'll roll. I'll roll. I gotta look.
You're gonna have to hit a DC 18.
A dirty 20.
Yeah. Oh! I now need you to roll a luck check to see if anyone else other than the Blood Ravens went through your stuff.
Yep. It's 12.
That's above a 10. I'll allow it to happen. You see, you wait around, these Badland lions start to, claw and, get your scent. You're covered in dragon's blood, so it's kind of, freaking them out as they're catching up on your pheromones. But eventually the Blood Raven returns and unceremoniously drops your bag and its belongings off the side of the arena and ushers you outside.
I'm intrigued. Is the map there?
As soon as I'm out, I'm checking what's in the bag. But I won't do it in front of him.
Yeah.
Would we have had time to grab anything from the dead dragon's body?
I would say not.
Yeah, not. Okay.
Okay. So because the party went to the rookery, you know that Lal Udrud is a mere day's hike from your current location. It's early morning, so you'll either have to take the day to rest or decide to push on.
Are we outside the gates at this point?
Yep.
Okay.
I want to check to see if that crystal was left in my bag. The one from the...
I think you had that more in your... You wouldn't have put it in your bag, would you? A tiny crystal?
Well, I think I said I did.
Okay. Yeah, I said above a check was... I wasn't even thinking about the crystal, so the crystal's in there.
Cool.
Pretty unassuming crystal.
Really tucked away, small. Yeah.
Yeah. If you take a rest now, you probably have to either travel through the night or the next day, or you can push on whatever you decide to do.
Well, do we want to sleep on the ground or do we want to sleep in a bed?
How are you all feeling?
Shit. Straight up? Awful.
I mean, we all smell like shit.
Literally. We're walking into a town covered in shit. I feel like that's going to make...
I can help with the shit smell.
Please help.
I spend maybe a few minutes casting prestidigitation all over all of us.
Yeah, probably a couple of times on Feng just to get those mats and...
Oh yeah, but I feel like Feng's a little particular. He doesn't want too much of the dirt gone.
No,
is that right?
You got to keep my original coating on.
So it's real intricate prestidigitating to get the shit off, but not the dirt.
Expend a spell slot just to cast a canteen.
Great. You all clean up as best you can. Now you just look exhausted and beat up and not dirty. So
That's good.
That's a win.
Yeah, listen, I might have someone in the city who can, well, depending on how he feels about me, get us at least maybe a good place to stay, and if not, some good information at least. So heading that way might be a good idea.
Do we feel strong enough to continue on?
It's only a day.
I think we should.
Let's try, see how far we can get.
So because you're in no state to take your proper roles and travel properly, I'm going to need either a group nature or survival check to get you through the next day.
Okay.
Survival, please.
So everyone needs to roll survival.
Natural 20.
19.
18.
18 as well.
Oh my lord.
Yay. Look, we get out of this shit and we stop rolling like shit.
Fresh air.
I feel like at this
Somehow.
point, Lysandra's probably carrying.
100%. I want to piggyback.
Yeah, you're on Lysandra's back.
Yeah.
You all start to make your way out of the labyrinth in these in the plains of peril and make your way northeast towards the city of Lal Udrud. The land begins to flatten out. The actual formations of rock begin to diminish in size and stature. However, you're still far out of the way from the normal trade routes around the city. With all those great survival checks, you're able to pretty deftly pick your way. You're kind of getting used to walking into this place and walking in this environment. And I will say with those survival checks, as you're walking along, you hear a snuffling sound from around the bend behind a boulder, and it's getting closer as if it's approaching you. What do you do?
Does it sound like a person? Does it sound like a cart?
It sounds like something snuffling.
Okay. Something's coming around the mountain with it.
Oh my god.
No. Can we just continue on?
Yeah, I mean, we're unassuming enough.
Let's see what it is.
As you begin to approach, a sound of a harmonica begins to waft over your ears, and a figure rounds the corner. A small, squat woman. This woman, she's bent over in a large worn, worn leather saddle that's draped across what appears to be this enormous canine. Feng, can you make me a nature check, please?
Sure. That's a nat 20. I was going to say, Feng also starts dancing to her harmonica.
Yeah, Louis joins in on
Can you give us a bit of a tune, Mr.
No,
DM?
that's post
That's nice.
production.
That's my job. I'll do that.
No, I shan't.
Just want to hear you.
No one wants to hear me.
It's not Piano Man, because that's all I can hear.
Sing us the song. Sorry.
With a nat 20, not only do you know what animal this is, you know the specific breed, and it is one of your favorites. This is a prairie hound, specifically the long-haired variety. For everyone at home, it's essentially a Great Dane-sized corgi with mottled, shaggy fur that goes all the way down to the ground. And you see this tiny halfling woman on the top playing her harmonica, which is actually embedded into a large, crooked, almost like a shepherd's crook staff.
That's incredible.
Feng would run full pace over and immediately ask the woman, hi there, my name is Feng. Is it okay if I talk to your dog?
I need you to make a dexterity saving throw. You can choose to fail this if you want.
You're going to get licked.
I choose to fail this.
You immediately feel these two massive paws on your chest push you backwards, and all the lights go out. As all you perceive is a flurry of wet, hot breath. The sound of wet dog hair, how it gets around their mouths. It's just snuffling every inch of you. Finds the maggot ration eaten, gone.
Please don't get sick.
You see the woman kind of uses her crock to kind of shoo the dog away, and she goes, "Now calm down, Niles, that's no way to treat a new friend." And she goes, "Well, howdy all, what, you all tripping to get into the city?"
Hi, yeah, if you have any way of, a shortcut or anything, that'd be greatly appreciated.
A shortcut? And she's like, "Well, you're pretty much on the main road in now, you should be alright. Y'all look a bit busted up, if you don't mind me saying."
The Badlands are called Badlands for a reason.
Right, and oh my god, is that a fairy?
Yeah, that's me.
Everyone's like, you call him a what?
I'm like, okay, that's not how I would say it.
Wow, and a high fairy to boot. There's not many of you walking around these parts, that's for sure.
I haven't seen any.
I mean, there's a couple of moon pixies, but they're common as sesame seeds around here.
Yeah, we have.
You heard that expression?
Nope. I haven't heard that one.
Well, keep it. It's widely used in these parts.
Common as sesame seeds.
I'll keep an eye on that
I'll
one.
do that.
Oh my goodness.
Well, if you're beaten up quite badly, I might have a couple of things to help you next time it happens, I guess.
That'd be incredible.
You see, she goes, down, Niles, down! And Niles kind of like flops onto his belly, and she like immediately goes with him and just falls and hits the ground and just like completely unperturbed, just like gets up, dusts herself off. And you see from each of underneath her underarms, these like she pulls down like almost like a PowerPoint presentation, like one of those old projector screens.
Yes.
And you see that she just has like a long Rolodex of magic scrolls here.
My eyes go so wide.
She says, well, now these spells here are kind of helping those to navigate the wilds around here. I mean, I can't get you any spell under the sun, but these are mostly the ones that I've inscribed myself or found in the ruins around here. So I'll show you what I've got.
Please.
Please do.
There are some couple of cantrips in here that you might be interested in, but the spells that catch your eye and are probably the most legible with this elderly woman's scribbled hand, you see a spell scroll for Fairy Fire, Blur, and Silence.
Oh, it's like I was made for this. So you're giving these away, or?
Well, I mean, I'm nice, but I'm not that nice. Bathilda needs to make a living, and the Circle of Stone will be pretty mad if I just come back with well wishes.
Circle of Stone?
Yeah, have you ever heard of the Circle of Stone?
We're new to town.
I look at Feng, I was like, a circle?
I'm going to be totally honest. Feng is absolutely cast Speak with Animals on himself, and he is talking to Niles, and he's going to be like, hey, so your name is Niles? How are you going? Yeah, me too. We just waded through like piles and piles of shit. It was honestly a really bad time. And then I had a really bad dream. It was kind of like rainbows. And then a phoenix cry. And then I cried blood. Is that bad? Oh. Yeah, I thought so too.
Then you're whipped too, and you actually aroused from your magical stupor about the Circle of Stone, and you can make a history check with advantage.
Thanks. Oh, that's not good. I'm too preoccupied because that's a 5.
Part of you goes like, wait, I thought the Druid Circle sent me here to set up a new circle. Why would they do that when there's another circle there already?
Yeah, I thought that the Order of the Eternal Flame was going to Lal Udrud because there wasn't anything there. But what's a Circle of Stone?
You see Bathilda kind of like and like hocks up a loogie and spits it into the sand.
Can you breathe okay?
Niles runs over and eats it immediately.
Oh, that's
and she kind of goes like, oh, the Eternal Flame. Oh, those guys are, come on. They just sit up in their cave there yapping around a fire. We are stone druids. We're of the land. We are nomadic. We keep to ourselves and ourselves to us. Have you ever heard that saying before?
That's okay. You can live by that mantra. I'm going to live by my own.
Oh, you a druid yourself?
Yeah, of the Order of the Eternal Flame.
Oh, no wonder Niles likes you so much.
I thought you just said that we're boring and do nothing.
Well, I don't speak for Niles.
Yeah, he must have better taste than you.
I actually slap Feng, but like not in the face because I'm like, need the scrolls.
Slapped on the thigh.
Yeah. Sandra just turns around. I'm so sorry, man.
Anyway, so that'll be 50 gold each for the level 3 spells, and 30 gold each for the second level. Right. So the Silence and Blur is kind of better for tracking through, so that'll put you back a premium of 50 gold pieces each. And for the Fairy Fire, look, for you, I'll do a deal, and we'll do 20.
Do you think you could lower the price of those more expensive ones for us, my lady?
And what reason would I do that?
Well, is there something you need?
I'll hit him harder.
Yeah, be persuasive.
like, oh, fuck. Oh, that's 6.
6. As you go to take another step towards Feng, you see Niall's heckles immediately shoot up, and you just start.
Or perhaps I could trade you this, and I pull out that crystal, one of a kind. For all 3.
You see Bathilda kind of like walks over to you and gets an eye, and then she goes, "Oh,
Stone Druid." I'm sure you'd.
Right. She's gonna make a history
how valuable
check.
that is.
Can I make a history check as I see it to try to like?
Yeah, no one else has seen it.
Yep.
Is that a yes?
Yeah, you can make history
Can I
roll.
try and make one to see if it's the same as the powder, but it's like stone? What would that be? History?
Arcana.
Arcana? Okay.
I got a 15 history.
10 Arcana.
Not sure. Inconclusive, Lysandra. As an Arcana, Lady Louis, you can't place it with a 15.
Yep.
She rolled a nat 19 on the dice though. She looks at that and looks at you and says, I mean, if you find the right buyer, I'm sure they would take it off you, but to be all fair and good in the word, that's only half an artifact. Pretty powerful one too, though, I'll say. Whatever that is, that's a hefty stone you got there.
Well, we're, searching for such items and could, as I said before, an IOU, future favor.
Okay, maybe I'll apologize. I'm sorry for being rude before. See, I just kind of forced all these people here, my new friends, to go through a very hard mission based on something that I didn't actually know if I believed. See, I was meant to go to Lal Udrud and do my initiation test to be in the Order of the Eternal Flame, and I was too scared to go and try again. My new friend Qwig really wants these scrolls, and this is something that I found along the way, and I'll produce 2 of the beans. And I'll say, could I trade 2 of these magic beans for his scrolls?
Not the Jack and the Beanstalk maneuver. You see, she kind of like adjusts her sand monocles and kind of like looks at these beans and she goes, I mean, half a rock or the 2 of those beans. I'll take 2 of those beans for 1 of these scrolls, whichever one you'd like.
I'll put you up the rest if you need it.
Well,
I also have 10 gold on me.
Hold on. How much is European worth to you?
Are you actually asking her that?
I am asking her that.
Okay. Make an insight check.
Okay.
15.
Her eyes widen for like a half second. She's like, well, I mean, you gotta be careful with that stuff. But yeah, I mean, I don't really peddle in it. It's kind of a affront to nature to dig out all the mines from the stone and use it for your own purposes. But I mean, yeah, it's actually kind of not great. It's kind of messed up that you would have that, to be honest. That's kind of more offensive than what he said. She's just a Feng. But I mean, I know what it's worth. I'm not that dumb.
Okay.
Do you have some?
Does it look like me, a simple traveller, would have any?
Make a deception check with disadvantage.
Oh, God.
3.
Oh.
I think the beans for me will be right enough, if that's okay.
I'll put you up the rest.
So I have 10 gold. So if the beans pay for silence would be amazing.
Yep.
Then should we? I think fairy fire. That would be great.
Yeah, I can put you up the rest of that.
Amazing. I give out all of the gold I have.
20 gold.
So I have 10.
10.
Yeah,
And you poke over the other 10.
Yeah.
You see Bathilda, still with an eye on Lysandra, pulls down, almost like she's got like a receipt roll on her arm, and she like pulls it down like how much you want and starts like cutting with these like huge copper scissors, like cuts off one spell from the main scroll and cuts off another one. She rolls them up into tight paper tubes, hocks another loogie to seal them, and then as she hands them out to you, Niles just like gives them like a sniff just to make sure everything's okay and nothing shady in the transactions happened, and holds out her hand for the beans.
I give her 2 magic beans.
Great. As you do, this old elderly lady goes, whoop, and one of the beans drops. And that's the end of our session.
Oh my god.
Sorry. What?
This man's wanted us to use the beans for the last 6 sessions.
Oh, shit.
Bro's been waiting weeks.
It's time for bean.
Get bean.
Get bean.
That's the name of the episode.
Surely.
It's the name of the next episode, Get Beamed.
Alrighty, gang. That's it for the end of our session this week. We survived our first dragon.
Yeah.
That was a lot sooner than I thought it would be to fight a dragon, and I'm
Baby dragon.
I'm scared for what's to come.
I didn't even hit it.
We've been dungeoned and dragoned so soon.
Literally.
Oh.
Checked the boxes.
Except
Yeah.
the dungeons were just like the inner workings of the dunny.
Sewers.
Oxygen.
Going through shit.
Dunnies and dragons.
I think I did a bit more dungeon delving. I was in the crypt of sorts.
True.
Oh god.
I convinced a kobold that I was a ghost.
Yes, you
That was
did.
good.
That's sick.
Thanks.
Flashback to that.
Yeah, several weeks ago.
Anyways, at the end of each of our session, we do a selfless plug. My selfless plug this week is for buckwheat noodles, alright? Just say I'm another white guy who's just trying ethnic food now, but buckwheat noodles are the bomb. They're the best. I've had them maybe 6 out of the last 20 meals I've had for dinner.
3 times a week we're having them.
3 times a week. You can have them cold. You can have them hot. They taste great. They have a nice chewiness. They're the best noodles out there. They're gluten-free. That's not why I eat them. I love gluten. Really.
You need to defend yourself.
I am not gluten intolerant.
Yeah. But they're really great. Get around the buckwheat noodles. Go get proper ones from the Asian aisle in the supermarket. Get the proper...
Surely you're going to the Asian group.
Yeah, you gotta go to the
If you have one.
If you have one, that's a position of privilege.
For
or even if
sure,
you have a good
for sure.
Asian aisle. But get the proper ones from Japan. They're really fucking good.
Fuck yeah.
All right, gang. Thanks very much. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Get bean. Yeah.
Get beans.
And I'll see you in the bean.
We'll see you in the beans.
Just a quick note before today's episode ends. With our Instagram, we do have a competition open until May 31st, so don't forget to go check that out. You can submit up to 3 NPCs that you would like to see in the world of Noir. Who would you like to see these characters that you're listening to interact with? Thanks again, and bye!